yet know to locate where Latvia is.
Latvia, fantastic. So Latvia is one of the Baltic states, which is Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. And it's right beside Russia and just below Belarus.
Right.
Of course, the easiest way to tell persons is to go to Russia and turn left.
And if they turn right, they'll get lost. No, the 100th anniversary of their independence is also being recognized in Jamaica. What's your role, firstly, as the honorary consul, and then we'll get into the details of the regatta?
Well, the role of an honorary consul is that when countries that can afford to put in an embassy or for their strategic reasons, they don't see fit to put in an embassy or high commission, they will appoint an honorary consul to handle their business. So Jamaica does have a network of honorary consuls globally.
Right.
And most countries find this as an inexpensive way to have representation. And why do you need representation? If a Latvian citizen comes here and they get arrested, I'm the first person they call, or if they lose their passport, I can prepare exit certificates so they can actually leave the country. So we play a role. But of course, if it's a country like the United States, they typically have an embassy because of the number of Latvians going there. But they saw fit to have an honor consul in Jamaica and selected islands in the Caribbean because they will come here largely for tourism.
Right.
You'll find each year 2, 3, 4 couples coming to Jamaica to get married. In February, we'll have a delegation of about 12 persons coming to enjoy Jamaica.
Yeah.
So one of the first things they'll do, they'll reach out to me, I see this particular hotel. Looks very good. Would you recommend it, Robert?
Yes.
You know, they reach out to me to find out if what they see on the internet
is actually what
is
reality.
there.
Yes.
So it's not a lot of work between Latvia and here because there's not that much connection.
Right.
But when you look at, for example, the person who has responsibility for Honduras, because of a lot of fishing and perhaps interdiction of fishing vessels, they may get a call 2 o'clock in the morning to go to the police station because they've held some persons.
Right.
And you'll find, for example, the first Latvian that I met in Jamaica, this person was duped into saying, yes man, you can take away the good green stuff if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So he was
right.
caught with a suitcase full of 65 pounds of ganja trying to leave the country. Of course, he stayed here for 2 years as our guest thereafter.
As our guest and as a tenant of Her Majesty the Queen.
Indeed. And so, give some sort of relief and support and to ensure that they are kept in habitable conditions.
As best as possible. All right, so the regatta is a big deal. And this is not the first staging as you mark Latvian independence. So talk to us about that.
It actually started in 2011 when I was looking at how can I represent the country, the national day. Many embassies or consulates will have a cocktail party, and I said, you know, we can do a little bit more. So on the bar, we offer myself, Ian Gibson, who recently passed, BJ Gibson, Rupert Bent, musician, and Peter Wright. We started to discuss ways, and then the idea of a yacht race came into being.
Right.
So we had the first one in 2011, and it's been going strong until right now, which is the 8th installment, which coincides with the 100th year of Latvian independence and my 10th year as an honorary consul.
Right, so these pictures that viewers were just seeing are of a past regatta.
Yes, this was last year's regatta.
Last year. Tell us about the energy. Many of our viewers may not have a direct experience with what a regatta is and the kind of energy and excitement that it causes.
Well, but there are 2 events within the regatta. There is the rowing races, which I'm involved in another capacity, and also the sailing. Now, some people look at a sailboat on the water and say, oh, that's like watching paint dry. But you have to be on the boat. And when we have the winds in Kingston Harbor, usually 20, 30 knots, yes? It takes some amount of skill to get the boat where it goes. So it's, imagine chess, but with motion, yes? So it can be extremely exciting. It takes some amount of skill. You don't just buy a boat and get on the water and learn how to sail in a couple months. It takes years of practice and getting good. So there's a lot of activity first in preparing the boats. And then also having your crew and having your crew up to speed. And then it's piloting the boat in whatever conditions. And one of the things why sailing is great for kids, it teaches control, it teaches thinking ahead, it teaching about getting things done. Because if you don't get it right, somebody can get hurt.
Exactly, it can go terribly wrong.
Absolutely. So it's very good for kids as a development sport. It's also good for adults, keep you sharp. We have sailors who are in their 60s and 70s who do sail. So there's great exercise,
Yeah.
and there's great camaraderie.
And then there's now the rowing event, and we have for some time been trying to get into that, not just for an event such as this, but for competitive rowing
Absolutely.
on the international stage.
The Rowing Federation here started in 2013, then say, and in 2014 we got 11 boats. In 2016 we took two athletes, Michelle Broomfield and Otis Harvey, to the Olympic qualifiers.
Right.
We didn't qualify, but it was almost like a cool runnings moment where people saw us for the first time, and they saw that the skill and the ability was there, and that really told us that all we needed to do was to use our good strong athletes that we have and teach them to row.
And provide the resources.
And of course provide resources, of which we had assistance from the Sports Development Fund, Jamaica Olympic Association, of course, the Caribbean Maritime University has been doing a fantastic job of being the home of rowing.
As I was about to say, they've basically taken it on as a sub-project.
The president is Professor Fritz Pinnock, so he has that high level support and guidance.
Yeah.
And you know, Latvia has performed in the Olympics both in rowing and in sailing.
Yeah.
So again, it's a wonderful time between the two countries. As a matter of fact, in 2012, we had the twinning of the Latvian Yacht Club and the Royal Jamaica Yacht Club.
Right.
So again, we were trying to forge those partnerships, and where there's similarities and commonalities, it also makes for great friendship, and then that again is a base for trade and business, because that's also a role of honor concept to stimulate trade and business between countries.
Now, so the regatta is on Sunday. What time and how can viewers get a sight of
the rowing starts and it terminates just in the area around the Royal Jamaica Yacht Club. So persons can always call the yacht club if they want to come and see. It's a private members club, but of course persons can make arrangements to come and see. Now the sailing race starts in the afternoon. We have two classes there: the dinghy class, which are the smaller boats, and then the cruiser class, which are the larger boats. That begins at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And as you know, there's an activity downtown, which is the homecoming. So our boats will be literally part of the homecoming.
Right.
So person downtown, they can see the race, because instead of starting the race by the yacht club, which we typically do, the race will be started downtown.
Yes.
And the start of a race is perhaps for me one of the most exciting things, because you see boats coming close, you think they're going to crash, but that's all part of the strategy to maneuver themselves into a right position to get
a real head
start of the other boats in the race.
And what time does that?
That starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
2 in the afternoon.
So that horn will go at 2 o'clock, and you'll have the boats going, so you can see from that end. And the race course is going to be from there over to Bangkok Boat Beach, and back to the airport, and then terminating at the Royal Jamaica Yacht Club.
As we close, I want to salute the decision to start it at the pier downtown, the Victoria Pier, because that now gives further life and dimension to the waterfront. So it's become like the Malecon in Cuba or the Dominican Republic.
Absolutely. Or South Beach, as I see it's looking like on a Saturday night.
On a Saturday. All right, so thank you very much, sir. Honorary Consul, for coming in again and sharing with us. It's the 100th anniversary of independence of Latvia.
Absolutely.
And the regatta that marks that day kicks off, well, you don't say kick off, you say start, sail off, what?
It begins.
It begins, yes, it begins this Sunday. 10 a.m. with the rowing.
The rowing actually begins at 8 a.m.
8 a.m. with the rowing, but 2 p.m. at the waterfront. All right. We are up on a quick break, more sunrise when we come back.